This is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs and moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Thursday, the 19th of August. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 44,999 to take a run at the first major resistance level of 45,732. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Bitcoin to break out from 45,500 levels. So barring an extended rally on, they expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 46,010 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 48,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 46,743. Fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 43,988 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 43. Second major support level 43,255 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, narrowing of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, look out for a possible bullish cross there to support upside through the morning. More significantly, however, on the EMAs, we've seen the 50 pull further back from the 200 and the 100 after yesterday's late bearish cross. That suggests downside ahead. So key would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot at 40, just fallen through the pivot at 4,999. So move back through the pivot, back through to 45,500 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, being a bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fallback through the pivot at 30.30 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 3109. Plenty of support is going to be needed for Ethereum to break back to 3100 levels. So barring an extended rally on, they expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 3126.51 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target 3250 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 3205. Fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2933 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 2800 levels. Second major support level at 2854 should limit the downside. Looking at MACD's, bullish cross at the turn of the day, coming off the back of this morning's early gains. So look out for a further widening of the bullish histogram to support further upside ahead. On the EMAs, however, that's a bearish signal, 50 pulling further back from the 100 and the 200, with the 100 closing in on the 200, suggesting downside ahead. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 3030 and move back through to 3100 levels. Failure to do that would bring support levels into play. Moving across the Litecoin against US dollar, mixed start to the day. Going to need to see Litecoin move back through the pivot at 168 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 173. Support from the broader market is going to be needed for Litecoin to break back through to 170s. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 174.58 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Litecoin target the 23.6% fib at 178 and the second major resistance level at 180. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 161 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Litecoin should avoid the second major support level at 156. Looking at the MACDs, we had a bullish cross at the turn of the day, so look out for direction there. It's looking very likely to see a bearish cross. On the EMAs, we're seeing the 50 close and likely break through the 200 bearish cross there. That would weigh heavily on Litecoin through the morning, so also keep an eye out for that. So key through the early part of the day, move back through the pivot at 168 and move back to 170 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, support levels will come into play. Moving across to Ripple's XRP against US dollar, positive start to the day. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fallback through the pivot at 1.1409 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1.1864. Support from the broader market is going to be needed to break out from this morning's high, 1.16973. So barring extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 1.19591 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.3 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.2752. Fallback through the pivot would bring the 38.2% fib at 1.0659 and the first major support level at 1.052 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.10 levels. Second major support level at 1.0066 should limit the downside. Looking at MACD, slight narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day. No signs of an imminent bearish cross, however, so keep an eye out for direction there. On the EMAs, the 50s holding its ground on the 100 and the 200 after yesterday's bearish cross. So look out for a narrowing and a possible bullish cross through the morning. So key would be to avoid the pivot at 1.1409 and break through this morning's high 1.16973 to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that, support levels will come into play.